Everybody, Adam with Shaffer here again. I've got my friend Jeff. Jeff, please introduce yourself.
Hello, Adam. I'm Jeff Pierce with Atomic City Family Fun Center. We're located in Western Kentucky, in a town called Paducah, and we're right off I-24, easy access.
Excellent, excellent. Well, my question for you today is obviously the question that I always get asked is how much of the arcade is your business? And then if we could take a couple dives into some of the things that you've done over the course of the years with the game. So how much of the arcade is truly a percentage of your business?
60% of the revenue comes
I'm
from
sorry,
our
did you say 60%?
60% of our revenue is from arcades, and we have approximately 58 to 60 arcades.
Okay. And then, so obviously everybody says the arcade's the secondary attraction. So do you, even though it's 60% of your business, with you having all the other attractions, golf simulators, go-karts, soft play, mini bowling, people probably go gravitate to that and then go back to the arcade. Kind of talk to us about the flow of your customers in your facility.
Okay, it's good you mentioned the flow because the flow is it could be from your layout of your facility. Where are you going to send them through the arcade to get to the other attractions? And that's what we do. You have to walk through the arcades before you get to our attractions. We definitely move things around a little bit. I've had Pearl Fishery there since y'all delivered it day one, and just the other day I had a regular customer say, "Is this new?" Because it was
Uh,
moved to a different location.
yep.
So. Uh, in the very beginning, we were we were talking to you. You mentioned that we could do rev share, we can purchase the games, and we ended up doing a purchase instead of the rev share. You were able to find us, of course, new games, used games, and you were able to fit our style and our need, and you educated us on that, and very much appreciated. Again, 60% of our revenue comes from arcades, and Schaefer's got a big part of that. And I'm not just
Yeah.
saying that, but got a very, very big part of that.
We appreciate, we also obviously have always appreciated the business. With the arcade, what are you finding that your customers are gravitating to? Are they gravitating towards the crane games, the video games, the redemption games, or is it just a whole mixture of them just gravitating to the arcade overall?
You know, um, there is a huge mixture, but what we're seeing the most as far as in our reporting consistently, the basketball games, the Connect Four, collegiate hoops, things like that. But then again, you got your ticket cranes, your Taj Mahals, and because everybody wants those big old ticket rings to cash in at redemption. But the coin pushers. I'm going to be totally honest with you. Every now and then, we've got this gentleman that comes in about 30 miles from, he lives about 30 miles away. He'll bring his daughter in on a Saturday. She has a friend. Open, and a little before we close, they're leaving. He sits at Avengers all day long, and one day he spent $3,200 in a coin pusher.
Wow.
Yeah, and he keeps coming
Wow.
back. He keeps coming back, and it's like he had a goal to get so many tickets, so many
Yeah.
points for winning something in our redemption. We just don't have stuffed animals and
Yeah.
candy and parachutes. I mean, we have adult items in there too. Kayaks and whether it be something for the kitchen or whatever. And that is not a lie. He has done that probably. I know that amount about twice, but then he still comes in and spends quite a bit, and he sits there. And you always put stools in front of your coin pushers. We learned that very, very quickly because we saw people start grabbing them. Well, we just make it convenient for them. We have them there, convenient sales.
Yep. Very true. And I like what you said about the redemption is that you're not just going after army men and parachute people and nunchucks. Talk about that a little bit because I think that's important because you're talking about the masses of people and not just the kids. So talk to kind of mention that a little bit more about what your redemption looks like.
Yeah, well, we have your standard glass cases. We have slat wall in the back, and it looks good. I'd like to improve that very, very soon. I've been looking at trying something different, but we have a section for younger kids, and then maybe teens, and then adults. So it's very easy. You're not having to walk through and taking up time when you got other guests wanting to cash in their tickets and redeem whatever item they want. It's kind of sectioned out. It's organized.
Yep.
Um, and what's very important about that is, as well as I do, that redemption item, that redemption counter is the last thing the people see. They can have a ball all day from 11 to 9 on a Saturday and just loving, loving, loving. But if they get a bad experience at the redemption counter, that's the last thing they see when they walk out. That's what we're going to get the Google review on.
Yep.
So, some people like to put new hires at the redemption counter. It's pretty simple. That's great, but customer service is great throughout the facility, but you really got to be on your game at that redemption counter.
Yep.
It could kill all day fun if you give it a bad experience, and the experience is being organized. Be organized and make sure everything's in place and treat everybody fairly.
Awesome. So you mentioned a couple of the games. What's your top five performing games in your room right now?
Right now, the two I didn't mention, but boxers.
Okay.
Boxing. It's amazing. We have 72 card readers in our facility. That's arcades and our attractions. Well,
Okay.
now we have 75. But there's been times that boxers come in at 5 and 6, and Connect Four come in at 5 and 6. So the basketball games seem to be dominant on the reporting side of it. But then ticket rings real close. Connect Four is amazing. That
Yep.
thing that you got people in line waiting to play Connect Four.
Yeah, and I don't have the picture to share with our customers, but I use it in all my presentations. So if anyone ever comes to one of my presentations, the last slide, do you want to tell the story of what happened in the giant crane game?
I'll be glad to. And it's funny, the gentleman on our staff, he's actually our son. He's our tech
Hmm.
and our managers, and he was the one in that photo. He just brought me another photo where it happened somewhere else. So I wanted to say that
Okay.
before
Okay.
I tell the story. So of course, Charlotte and I were out for dinner one night, and we got this picture from a friend of ours, and it showed this kid standing straight up in a ticket crane.
Yep.
And it was the smaller crane games. It wasn't the Taj Mahal,
Yep.
but the whole size, just enough to get a small ticket ring out or a ball or whatever the case may be. That kid climbed in that, spun around, and the next thing you know, there's a kid in a glass case, and it was making social media and before we even heard about it. It
Yeah.
was nuts. And the picture actually shows Brock, our son, opening it up, trying to get this kid out, and the mom's just standing there laughing, whatever. So, why would they do it? I don't know. Wanted to get it for free. I don't know.
But the sad part was the mom probably never played the game, so the mom was like, "What? I don't want him back."
Yeah, exactly. And let me bring this up too. In a facility like this, just to keep things safe, always, if the kid's 14 or under, always be accompanied by adult. That'll
Yep.
help. Don't feel that the facility is a babysitter where you can run
Yep.
off and do something else. We're there to show you a good time, but to be safe and keep your kids out of a machine, just hang out with them.
That's awesome. Well, hey, I definitely appreciate your time today. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Adam. I enjoyed it. You have a great day.
Thank you, sir.